married.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ladies, for all joining. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
So we wanted to.
I know it's early in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, where coffee?
I know. I have my coffee too.
Is it snowing there, girls?
I don't know if it's snowing
No,
this
bite
minute,
your
but
tongue,
it has.
no.
Oh
It
my
has.
God, it's coming down in Oshawa.
Is it?
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, and it's staying. I mean, like so much snow. It's crazy.
No, that's all. We had it for about 10 minutes.
I'll
this
show ya.
morning.
Look.
Oh no, I can't.
I can't see, Sue. Your video's off.
You got it, bottom left. Bottom left to turn your video
I
on.
can't see.
You can't see it?
No, I can't see you.
Hold on.
I don't hear you.
Your video's not on.
That's
What do you
okay.
mean?
I don't want to see it anyways. Honestly,
No, thank you.
we had it
Oh, well.
about 10 minutes, but it didn't stick and it's gone. But it's.
Oh my
cool.
God, it's coming down.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
sorry. Okay, I'll let you be. Go ahead.
I was telling PJ and Selena, my cousin posted on Facebook last night, whoever's playing Jumanji, roll the dice and end this game already. Everything is so crazy right now. Ah!
I know. Yes,
Oh my God.
that it is.
So nuts. Actually, that's kind of how we ended up having this online party. Thank you so much for playing along with me. This is the first one that I've done. Selena agreed to help me try it out. Because normally, you may know, normally we go and we meet with people like face to face, like have a conversation. And we do have meetings in Regent Park where people can come and learn from us, but it's always face to face. So totally new to do it in this fashion, but we do what we have to do. And so I just wanted to say hi because I don't know everybody, and I want to be able to answer your questions. What I thought I would do, if it's okay with you guys, is just kind of tell you why I'm here and how Selena found this, and then I want to show you a 3-minute video of Jay, the guy that invented this, talking about it, and then I can show you that there's the testimonials page that you can go on your own and look around on later if you want. And I'm really just here to answer your questions. Does that work?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So, cool. So I found Vox in 2017. It's a really serendipitous story, actually. So I had plantar fasciitis, that pain that's like a Charlie horse in the arch of your foot. I had that for 2 years, and it was like making me crazy. Every day, like constantly. Lots of people were like, oh, when I first was told that's what I had, I would say to people, and people were like, oh, you just need to do this. You just need to get this. This is the thing, and this will fix it. And so I did all the things. I got $700 orthotics. I did all of the exercises. I had 3 practitioners. Like, it was a gong show. It was monopolizing my life and my finances. And it wouldn't go away. Like, it just, every day it was still there. And I was, very frustrated. And I saw a post on Facebook from a friend of mine that was saying, oh, thank you to somebody for getting these socks for her daughter that helped her with plantar fasciitis. And I was like,
Oh, hold on, Krista. Somebody's in the waiting room texting me. They're trying to get in.
Good. It's Clarence. Poor Clarence. There we go.
Oh, it's Clarence? I couldn't see.
Awesome. Hey, Clarence.
He's connecting.
Yeah.
Hey, Clarence.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
And he's connected.
You're on here with Kathy. My friend Kathy and Sue.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, guys.
Or Bunny, if I'm allowed to call you Bunny. Good morning.
Yeah.
And PJ and Krista's with us too.
Hi.
Hey, so how come I can't
Hi.
see anybody?
There you is your video
Yes,
on?
yes?
It's on.
Turn on your video, Sue.
Clarence is dressed
There
for the
you
weather,
are.
I think.
Sue.
Yeah,
There you
Clarence
go.
is dressed for you up for a run, Clarence.
Whoa.
I was just on a meeting.
No.
I just got off this meeting.
You look all snuggled up for the winter weather.
It's snowing where Sue is in Oshawa.
Oh, okay.
Like lots of snow.
No, thank you. No.
I see. I didn't put my boots away. So it shouldn't have snowed.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Enough with the winter.
Yeah.
So Clarence has heard my story before, but I was just telling these guys, Clarence, how I had the plantar fasciitis and was making me crazy. And then so this girl says on Facebook, oh, thank you, blah, 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 for these socks that fix my daughter's plantar fasciitis. And I'm like, what is that? Ding, ding, ding. Like, pick me, pick me. So I contact the woman and she's like, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So try them. What if they work? And so I did. And I did not think they were going to work for me. I did look in the testimonials page, which I'll show you guys how to access that. And I did see that they helped people with some things, but I did not expect them to help me because nothing else had for 2 years. And then the first week, I felt no difference whatsoever. Like, seriously, the pain was the same. Everything was the same. I was like, it's just another thing to put in my drawer. And the girl was like, just keep wearing them, just keep wearing them. And I think it was the 6th morning, like I feel like it was the morning after I was about to give up, but very close anyways, that I woke up and I just got up and got out of bed, like, and walked across the room, which if anybody that's ever had plantar fasciitis, like, you can't do that. I was like otherwise normally crawling around or really limping. And I just got up and walked, like, walked across the room. And I could still feel it at that point, but it was not excruciating at all. And by the end of the month of wearing them, it was gone. And that was in 2017. It's never come back.
Wow.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I have,
You have
You
it?
got that?
yeah,
Yeah.
I
So,
have fasciitis, and every day, same thing. It's my heel. It bugs the heck out of me. Some days worse than others.
yeah. So seriously, try this because it's a 30-day money back guarantee. That's the thing. And plantar fasciitis, for sure, in 30 days, you'll know. Like, either
Okay.
it will help you or it won't, right? In 30 days. But the thing is, you got to wear it every day. And believe me, well, I will say I have had several people now that have been like, within a day or so, they're telling me, oh my God, I can feel the difference. Like, I had one woman put her socks on. I was doing a booth at Nathan Phillips Square, and she put her socks on when she bought them because she was in so much pain, and went shopping in the festival thing, came back like that afternoon, came back. She was like, oh my God, I already feel a difference. So some people do. That was not my experience. My experience was days and days and days of no difference. But everybody that I have said try them for plantar fasciitis and wear them for the whole 30 days, every single person has gotten relief.
So now, do you wear them every single day, like now, or?
I do, because I'll tell you, like, I bought them for plantar fasciitis, and then I started paying attention to what this was all about, because I was pretty shocked that it helped me when I had spent like $5,000 on stuff that didn't help me.
Mhm.
So I was kind of investigating a lot, and I just continued to wear it because all the practitioners that are involved with this are like, wear it all the time. And I'll actually show you a brain mapping. They do brain mapping to show when you step on this tech, like if you step on the insoles, you put the socks on your feet, you put a patch on your arm, within 7 seconds, your midbrain goes to homeostasis, which I have learned is your equilibrium. So all of your autonomic functions, your heart rate regulation, your respiratory control, your balance, your stability, your power, your fight or flight in your brain, all the things that are like that you don't think about,
Right.
go to their best. So your best will change over time, but where your best is right now when you put it on allows your body to work on your wellness. So I was like, okay, I'll just wear it because whatever, like, they're telling me it's good for me. And it did definitely help me, to the point that I started selling it to help other people with sore feet. That was what I thought what I was doing, is that I was going to help people with sore feet. And so my story just like it's like a tree now. I was just yesterday talking to my team about how my story has become a tree, because plantar fasciitis was the first thing. The second thing was I had chronic knee pain since I was like, I had 2 injuries when I was 18 and surgery, and the pain never went away from my knee. And I got arthritis actually in both knees when I was quite young, and I just lived with it. Like I just lived with it. It was always there. And after wearing the socks for about 9 months, my husband and I came home from a trade show one night. I remember specifically sitting on the end of my bed, and I was going to get my PJs on. And I realized that, like, normally at the end of a day like that, I would like be going to get the Advil and going to get the ice packs. And it just kind of dawned on me that I wasn't doing any of those things, and I didn't have any burning in my knees. And then I started paying attention to that, and I started realizing that, like, I wasn't avoiding stairs at subway stations anymore, where there was a time when I would not walk up the 2 flights of stairs to street level because my knees would be on fire. And now they just aren't, like, they just aren't. My knees don't hurt anymore, ever. I don't have to put any kind of cream on them. I don't have to take anything for them. I don't put ice on them. They're just fine. And then, like, I had to take sleeping pills for years after my kids were born. When my kids were they're 11 and 12 now. When they were, I think, 4 and 5, my doctor put me on sleeping pills because I did not sleep. And, you know, I stopped after a year of wearing the socks all the time. And you could wear insoles, you can wear the patch, whatever works for you. For me, it's socks that I've been wearing most of the time. But a year of wearing the socks and in the socks all the time, I did have the insoles in my runners. I stopped taking the sleeping pills. And I used to put my head down and be awake for hours, no matter what, no matter how physically exhausted I was. But now, about half an hour after I put my head down, I'm asleep, and I sleep through the night.
Wow.
Like, it just keeps it just keeps going and going. Like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I have anxiety disorder, and I used to have panic attacks. Like, a situation like we're in right now would have my head like do 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 do. I'm fine. Like, if I start to get a bit stressed, I put one of our patches on. They say that the patch, the derma patch, it's called Harmony, is like turbo. And I think it's because of the proximity, like, it goes on your arm, so it's just that much closer to your brainstem. I think that's why it works so much stronger than they say. Wearing one of the derma patches for 24 hours, that's how long they last. They're like a disposable thing, is the same as wearing the socks for 3 days. So when I'm having, like, if I start to feel heart palpitations or I start to feel stress from anxiety, I put one of those patches on, and yeah. And it's not like a stoned feeling. Like, it's not like I'm like at all. It just calms the nerve.
It's calm. Yeah.
Calms
that time when I had that, I was at work and I was having a really stressful time, and I started to get, like, very, very anxious, and I had a deadline Krista came by the office, and I hadn't worn the patches. I had the socks on, but I was still feeling that anxious. And she gave me a patch, and within that knot in my stomach, the dryness in my mouth, it dissipated, and I could think. So when I get that kind of stressful, anxious feeling, I can't think. No matter how hard I try, nothing calms me down, and that it just works. So, like, even in this environment, like, I had like a little stressful moment on the second week, and I wasn't wearing my patches because I was limited, and I didn't know how long this thing was going to last. I didn't want to run out, so I wasn't wearing them. And Chris says, "You silly," and she came and brought me some extra, so I wouldn't have to worry. And I started wearing the patch, and I haven't had a panic attack since that second week.
So, Selina, do you have to wear both? Do you have to wear the patch and the socks, or is the socks just enough? Or
I find when I wear the socks all the time. Even in the house, I'll wear the socks. Like, now I have my what do you call those? My slippers that have no, like, open toes. So I wear my socks with them in the house. But I find if I get into that really anxious, stressful moment, I'll put on the patch. In the summertime, I wear the patch more because I don't wear socks. I wear sandals. So I
was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, so I always wear the patch in the summertime because I'm always wearing sandals.
Oh yeah, that's.
Sorry?
Do you sleep with the socks?
Yeah. I have a pair for sleeping. I have my sleeping socks. I brought them out so I can show you. They're so old. They're my old pair. So I wear them for sleeping.
That's the kind I wear.
Okay, so they're like anklets, right? Not
So
tall socks. Okay.
they have, this one is like, it comes just above my ankle. Then there's one that goes even lower. It's got no show. Then there's one that comes a little higher. Those are the ones I wear. So I can, I like to wear my boots because I wear a lot of pants at work and tights. I like to wear the boots and sneakers and I have the socks look like it's like a little fashion statement.
So for summer, because it cut out a little bit for that, but normally in the summer I don't wear anything on my feet, except
Me neither.
shoes or
Yes,
flip-flops
so
or whatever.
that's why I use the patch.
And so would you wear that every day?
The patch I do. And sometimes, like, for me, sometimes if I'm feeling good, I don't wear it all the time because I'm trying to be a little frugal. So I won't wear it all the time. If things are cooking and I have no issues, I don't wear the patch all the time.
Okay, and
but I wear the sleeve all the time. When I'm at work, I wear the sleeve. But I do find it really helps me a lot at work to focus. And when I'm writing grants, like even now, I've been wearing it. I was just saying to PJ and Krista, I'm doing those Spanish classes I told you about. And I find this really helps me. I've seen the difference. I tried it with the sleeve on and with the sleeve off doing my Spanish lessons. And I can remember and focus better when I have the sleeve on.
Awesome. So for Krista, I was just going to ask you, so same thing for summer. Oops. What do you do in the summer?
So in the summer, I have a variety of options in the summertime. So I have, there's a thin insole that's like a 4 millimeter insole called a Bella. I have the Bellas cut and put into my sandals. I have like Echo sandals. So I have the Bella. I put a piece of, the Velcro that like you would stick a flashlight to the wall, that kind of Velcro. So I put a tiny piece of Velcro in the heel because the toes don't move around because my sandals have the around the toe. But I put a tiny piece of Velcro in the heel and put the other piece on the sandal base so the heel doesn't slip around. So I have Bellas in my sandals that I wear in the summer. If I'm like when I'm back inside in the summertime, I often put my little no-shows on. And I wear the patch a lot in the summertime, like almost always. Every day. My daughter's over here saying every day she wears it in the summertime. And the thing is, so what I have learned about this is once you're wearing it, if you could understand what it's doing for your body, you would never take it off. Like it's putting your body at your optimum, even in cell regeneration. So as your body's choosing new cells to replace the ones that are dying, it's choosing stronger cells than you had before, which is like the opposite of what happens otherwise, right? So they continue to do research on this because like neurologists are like, what is going on? What is going on? So I'm always saying to people, just put it on your body and just see. Like we have Clarence and Selena and I know this kid that has I think she was hit 3 times, had 3 accidents or 4 maybe. She's got a concussion.
She's had 5.
Oh, 5.
And the first one was with Square Circle, which broke my heart. She was doing a trick. It was in our improv session during our March break 2 years ago, I believe. And she was pretending to be an alien. It's a simple trick. And she put her sweater backwards. So she had her arms, her feet in her sleeves. So she was like hunched over like this, being this alien, lost her balance and just went over and hit her head on the dance floor. End up in the emergency kids. And they said it was a mild concussion, not a big deal. She was fine. She came back to the program the next day. Everything seemed fine. And that was March. That summer, on a family trip, road trip, they had a car accident. And that's when she had a major concussion in the same spot.
Oh my Lord.
That was like in the summertime. So it'd been like, I guess like July, because it was before our summer program, June, July. And then that following fall, she was at school and walking across in the gym, she got hit by a dodgeball. They're playing dodgeball in the school, and she got smacked on the same side. So they
Oh
basically
my
said her
gosh.
brain has had so much
Trauma.
Shook around, because when you have a concussion, your brain moves and it hits one side and it bounces back. So you've got 2 points of impact where your brain has been hit. So she had trouble walking, to the point where when she came to our summer program, the kids, I loved it. The kids would take turns in groups to have to take her home and bring her, because she couldn't walk by herself. She was like literally like staggering, like, look, she was drunk, and she would fall. She was out of school for a long time because she couldn't get to school. She couldn't concentrate. And then Krista told me about, and she'd seen sick kids. Sick kids said all they can do for her is she just has to rest her brain. There's nothing more they can do. And Krista told me about the patches and had her parents investigate the patches, but they were still very skeptical. So she was at our, we had an event with the older kids, a movie night, and she came by because she hadn't seen her, at that point she'd been out of school, so she was missing her friends. So she came by our office to have our movie night, and then she gets headaches, bad headaches with the part of the concussion. And she came into the office. She left the kids we had like a movie room, and she came back into my office, and she was crying because she was in such pain, and she didn't want to, she was torn. She wanted to go home to go to bed, but she didn't want to leave her friends. So I said, call your mother now and ask her if I can put, because I had patches, like I take my patches with me all the time, I have them in my knapsack. I said, call your mother right now and ask her if I can put a patch on you. I said, it can't hurt you. They say it helps really well with concussions, but and your mom knows about this, call her and ask her. Her mom gave me permission to put a patch on her. I put the patch on her. We sat in the office for a little while, and then she said the headache started to subside. She felt good enough not to go home. She called her parents back and said, you don't need to come and get me. I'm gonna go back and watch the movie. She went back and watched the movie. And before she left, she hugged me. She goes, I feel different, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just wishful, like I'm making this happen. She wasn't sure. She's a smart kid. So the next day, that was the Friday night, she called me and she was crying. She said her parents and her were crying because they didn't know how bad she's been this past year and a half until she started to feel more like her old self after wearing the patch. Wow. She had balance, and she's been wearing them ever since. And her parents come, they don't have a lot of money, but they get those patches for her every month.
Yep. And with that one,
Wow.
for the teenagers, so I'm on the board of directors with Square Circle, and my kids are in the program. So the kids in the program, a lot of them know me, but it's not like I talk to them every day or anything like that. But one of the teenagers called me, not the girl that was using the patches, but her friend called me to say thank you for giving his friend back to him with her, yeah. And the story, this is such a difficult thing for people to wrap their head around at first, but then once you can't unfeel it, you can't take it away. And the thing is, Jay, the person that did this, so his mom has MS. That's where the driving force behind all of this was. His mom's got MS, has had since he was a young teenager, and he was trying to help her with her quality of life because he was very successful as a data encryptor, and had the money to take her anywhere and get her any kind of treatment that was available, and nothing was helping her. Except they were the only thing that they would offer was drugs, this drug trial, that drug trial, that chemical. And he was like, oh my God, what else can we do? And he is a genius, although he would not say that, but he is. And he just started studying. He read 10,000 medical journals. He's a very obsessive person. And he found this information. He didn't come up with this. He found bits and pieces, nuggets all over North America, the UK, Canada. There was a lot of it in Canada, and some in the States, and Australia. There was a study from 1965 about triggering neuroreceptors to elicit a specific response in the brain that was like the glue. That was the missing link. So when he found that study and put the stuff he'd already found together, he was the one that put it together. That was his gift, that he figured out that all these doctors had been researching these different things, and he put it together. And for the first few years, like 5 years, the hospitals in Toronto, the universities all over the world were telling him, he like literally swearing at him to stop. And now those people are partnering with us.
That's good.
Because,
Oh,
like
God,
he was so persistent because he saw the effects it was having on his mom and they had money. Like he had millions and millions of dollars in backing to, oh my God, look at this.
I know it's getting dark here. Look at the snow. It's snowing. I can't believe this is May.
I know.
I mean, it's coming down. Sorry, Krista.
That's
like,
okay.
This is
No,
crazy.
I know, it just got really dark inside here. That's why I was looking. Like, why is it getting so dark in here?
Oh my God, it's bad. Look.
Wow, Sue. Yuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so beautiful, but it's not really.
Oh my God,
It's beautiful up until like March.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. If it was February, I'd be like, oh yes, that's lovely.
But it'll, I'm just worried about all the plants, right? Because it's
I
that
know.
cold that it will kill them. But
All right, Krista, sorry, but I have to show you that because it
I
started
know.
and stopped and then it started again. Like, what the hell? And it's
What
windy.
is this? Oh my God. Okay,
It's
let me
coming
show
this
you
way.
this. I want to show you this video just so you can see it. So this is the guy, Jay, and this is he's talking about the patch. Let me just pull him up here because I think you'll, whoops. Okay. And then I'm going to show you this testimonials thing in a minute too, but let's just do this first.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, neat, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, now I
This is
got-
how we play games during our program.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what happened here though? It's at the end.
This is the one with the
There.
brain scan? Krista?
Yeah, he just did this one for us very recently.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jay Dallywell. I'm the CEO and founder of VoxxLife.
Can you hear it?
Little.
Little.
A little
It's
bit?
frozen.
Now it's frozen.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Yeah, I stopped it for a second, so I just want to make sure you could hear it. But let me
Okay.
just, I gotta move the grid of you guys. Okay. Oh, sorry.
I'm the creator of VoxxLife HPT. Today, I want to talk to you about a Harmony Neuro Patch. And what this product does is
It's still low, the
receptors in
volume.
the skin, sending a neurosignal to our brain to help it reach homeostasis. This is the only product in the world that relies on the neurohaptic system that every single one of us has to optimize our neurology and optimize our health. Today, Dr. Mark DeBrinket, our VP of Clinical Strategy, we're going to be using an FDA-cleared 19-channel EEG headset, as well as FDA-cleared software to visualize, record, and show the impact that our technology has on our neurology and our brains to help it reach optimal performance. What we want to show today is how the Harmony Neuro Patch helps that dysregulated yellow, blue, and red colors in the brain maps transform into that healthy green homeostasis neurology that is the foundation of health and wellness. So what we're looking at right now is a neurological QEEG output of Mike's limbic system. The 19 channels are reading over 60,000 brainwaves a second and generating an output of neurofunction and brainwaves. What we want to see now is where that suboptimal red and yellow colors are. We want to see them turning as much as possible to a healthy green with the application of our HPT patch. So we've applied the patch now to Mike's arm, and within 10 seconds, you're seeing that predominant yellow and red become predominantly green. Just for clarification, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing in the world that has this output at this rate of speed without drugs, without chemicals, without electricity. That's the power of Vox HPT. So when we see a healthy green neurology, what we're looking at is a brain and a mind in homeostasis. It is operating in its optimal function. And this is so important. And this is why it's so important. So VoxxLife HPT, as we demonstrated with our neuro patch, helps the central nervous system reach homeostasis in our neurology. And the reason this is so important for overall wellness and health is that neurology is the top of the pyramid of our physiological health and wellness paradigm. First is neurology at the very top, then there's chemistry, then there's biology, then there's physics and mechanics. Neurology will have an impact all the way through our entire physiology. Healthy neurology, healthy body, better wellness. Just to show you a demonstration of the power of VoxxHPT, how quickly it works and how efficient it is. And we're going to take a healthy green neurology and we're going to take the patch off. Dr. Mark, if you want to peel the patch off, let's see what happens. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what we've seen now is the yellow and the red creeping back into the neurology. That's the power of VoxxHPT.
So for stress and anxiety, we see this limbic system is over half red. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the patch on. And as we put that patch on, we're going to see the brain calm down and that limbic system turn green. So now he's got great control over that limbic system. He can hold it in that homeostasis state longer, which equates to a more peaceful day and a more restful, calm demeanor.
So the thing that's crazy about that is that guy that's in that video, Dr. Mark, he is the first person that did brain mapping on this, and he was like, "What up?" Because like the way that it showed the going to green and like the red and the yellow just blipping in instead of being there, he was saying that it takes like months and months and months of intense treatment to get a person's brain to be that way, and it happens in 7 seconds with the patch. So and the thing that Dr. Mark was talking about at the end with the limbic system, that's why the stress is reduced, because it puts the limbic system, the fight or flight feeling, into a calmer state. So it's not that it's such a difficult thing to describe, but it's not that you feel like spaghetti or anything like that. That's not what it is. It's just you feel more grounded, more in control of your thoughts and your decisions and your ability to focus, as Selina was saying before, with the HPT. And then when you add the one that's in the sleeve is called CBT, it's Cognitive Boost. So the Cognitive Boost technology in the sleeve has nothing to do with pain or anything at all. It's completely based, the sleeve is completely based above the shoulders on helping with focus and anxiety reduction. That's the main thing. Now it's getting dark in my room and everybody's looking outside.
Yes, it's happening here in Mississauga too. The winds, huge winds, and I can see that it's trying to snow again.
Yeah.
My kids are like, fuck.
Yes.
We're not going tobogganing. If anybody's wondering, we're not doing it.
Oh my gosh, it's May. It's crazy.
No, thank you. Anyways, the other thing I wanted to show you just quickly, and I'll put a link in the Facebook group so that you guys can just go in. Nope, that's not what I want. So you can just go in here and
And you don't have to be sick for this. Like it improves, like a lot of the sports guys wear it now because it helps improve their game.
Oh, yeah,
it helps, like for you, Sue, it helps with golf. It gives you more power and a better swing for golf.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, like the California Golf Institute has done studies on it for accuracy. Our world champions wear this, although Nike won't let them say that, but they do. Athletes love it. The reason that we focus so much on the wellness is because when people get help with their wellness, they tell everybody. When athletes get help with their wellness, they stop talking.
Yes, it's a secret because they don't want no one else to know.
Increase balance, increase stability, increase stamina, increase range of motion. Do I want my competitors to know that I have those things by putting on a pair of socks? Probably not. So they're not very quick to share. Unless they've been injured and recovering from an injury. Because again, it seems to be human nature that when you get relief from pain, you tell other people to try to help them too. So this testimonials page is simply people like you, like me, in this page. So there's 48,000 people in there, and people just tell their own stories. So you can go in here and you can just look at all the different things people are talking about with their health and their wellness. And let's see, you can hit search this group. So let's search this group for MS, just for an example. And then all of the posts that have MS in them, the keywords MS will come up. So these are testimonies. These are people saying, I wore it and this is what I experienced. So you can just go in there and look at anything you want. Let's see what happens if I put in knees or just knee. So there's people talking about their results with lots of people with knee surgery or any kind of surgery actually talk about the reduction in swelling and reduction in pain. There's my thing about knee. But yeah, you can search this testimonials page on your own whenever you want. I'll put the link in the thing. You just request to join the group, and then you'll be admitted. And if you're not sure how to do that, just ask me, and we'll add you. But that's when people say, "Will it help me with this? Will it help me with that?" We have no idea. We don't cure anything. We don't treat anything. We don't diagnose anything. We just put this tech on you to help your body to work on your wellness, which it's already designed to do. So this just puts it in its perfect or most optimal state to be able to do that. That's the point. And then your body decides, your brain decides what the priorities are. So for some people will say to me, like, oh, I bought it because I have pain in my ankle and I want the pain in my ankle to go away. Well, maybe the pain in your ankle will go away if that's the most important thing going on with you. If there's something more important going on with you, maybe you don't even know it, but if the pain in the ankle is still there, keep wearing the tech, because it means there's something going on in your body that's a priority above the pain in the ankle. Or it could be that, if you are limping for a long period of time, or you're walking differently because of an injury for a long period of time, obviously, like, other things are going to go wrong, right? So if your foot hurts, your knee could need to be realigned, and your hips could need to be realigned, and your back could need to be. So your body's going to work on all of that, maybe before that foot pain goes away. So the things that have been studied for, so we could just say, yes, definitely, it will help with this, is plantar fasciitis. It's 94% effective for people with plantar fasciitis, and diabetic neuropathy is the other one that's been clinically studied, and that one is 96 or 98% effective for diabetic neuropathy. What's happened is doctors are seeing results in their patients. So now there's studies that are being run, but they're not concluded yet, on patients with neuropathy due to chemo treatment and recovery from chemo treatment. Another one is knee replacement study being done. That one's being done in Toronto. And the studies that are being done now are because practitioners, doctors, are seeing results in their patients. And then they've come to Jay and said, we want to study this for this. We want to study this for this because we're seeing something. We want to see how conclusively we can say this. So yeah, that's the height of excitement. That's what I wanted to share with you. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. The big thing about this weekend ordering products is the Mother's Day special is buy two, get one free. So that's really ideal to start off on this tech, or get yourself some extra products, because normally we don't have online specials. Jay's just doing that to support us right now, because the world is in the state that it's in. We don't normally have those kind of specials, but the 3 products is perfect, because you get yourself 3 pairs of socks, or a pair of insoles and 2 pairs of socks, or patches and 2 pairs of socks, whatever is going to work for you, whatever you're going to wear. That's the idea. But get enough to wear it all the time, and don't tell yourself that you're going to buy 1 pair of socks and you're going to wear them all the time. I told Selina this before. I used to sell people 1 pair of socks to let them try it. When I first found this, I gave Clarence 1 pair of socks, and I gave Selina 1 pair of socks as a gift, because I was so excited. I'm like, Clarence is a dancer. Oh my God, he could do his own test. Like Selina was saying, sleeve on, sleeve off, sleeve off. Elvis Stoico, the skater, did his own test. He was like, socks on, socks off, socks on, socks off. I was so excited. But one pair of socks does make no difference. No difference. They didn't even wear, I don't even think Clarence took his out of the package because it's just one, you wear it one day, you don't feel a difference. But if you actually test it, you'll see the difference in the strength. You should have seen Mike and I when we first got ours. Mike, my husband, is an athlete. He was like doing all kinds of stuff, balancing and all kinds of craziness. To see socks on, socks off doesn't make a difference. And if you only have one pair, it's a waste of your money. Don't do it. Don't waste your money. Like if you want to actually be feeling as good as Selina and I feel, and PJ's now wearing the tech as well. If you want to feel that way and understand why we're so excited about it, then you need to actually get enough to wear it. Laundry day to laundry day is what I say. Whatever that is for you. Because Selina knows she had one pair of socks in the beginning, and then she got herself one more, and still she was like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, you're not wearing it 24/7. Remember?
Yeah. And then I started, when I had enough I had 7 pairs of socks. So I was always wearing, because the socks you can wash in the washing machine, but you can't put them in the dryer. It damages them. So it takes usually a day for them to dry. So now I have enough that I can have clean socks, wearing socks, and socks in the process of drying.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to difference. Like with my knees, you know how my knees are so messed up. For the longest time, for over a year, I wasn't able to do any stairs. And I never, like Krista was saying, I don't, the anxious thing I noticed immediately, but everything else I wasn't sure of because I didn't have anything that was acutely wrong. Like, so I was been wearing the socks every day, and I sleep in them. And it wasn't until, I think it was in the fall, like around the fall sometime, I ended up going down 12 flights of stairs. And I haven't been able to do that in like, I'd say at least 2 years. I had no pain. The next day I had no swollen knees. And even now, since COVID, like I've been in the house because I'm by myself. I do my little dancing thing, put on my music, and I'm grooving around. Normally when I do that, the next day, my knees are swollen. I got to ice my knees. I haven't had to do that. Mind you, I've lost weight though. So that's another issue to help me. I don't have all that extra weight on. But I know for sure it is the tech helping me with my knees. So I wear the socks all the time. I always have the tech on. If I don't have the socks on, I have the sleeve on, I have the patch on. I've always got the tech on.
Yeah.
And so that's 24. So you're saying you keep something on while you're sleeping as well?
Oh yeah, those socks I was showing you, my little no-shows, I wear, those are my sleeping socks. These were my second pair. And now that they're getting little fluffy balls on them, I don't wear them out. I wear them to sleep in.
Okay. And then I'm thinking, so if I got my dad some, for example, because he'll be 82, but he can't wear anything tight around, his calf.
Yep.
The wellness. That's what I wear because I don't like anything, especially when remember when I broke my foot? My right foot that I broke, it always would swell. And now that's starting to subside. I think it's the Vox. That's all I can think of because since I broke my foot, when was that? 2010, and my foot and my ankle swell, and goes right up my calf is always swollen, especially in the summertime. And I couldn't wear the no-shows were too tight on my ankle, and it cut off my circulation. So I have wellness, and the wellness they're looser and they're not tight, and they come up above my ankle but below my calf.
Okay.
They're not tall socks. And I wear those all the time. And I have no problem.
Because he just started in January blood thinners because they found he's pretty healthy, but they just found a really long blood clot almost throughout his left leg. So he doesn't, I don't know if he would wear just above his ankle. He probably will. But I just want to make sure that if I get some
the wellness, for sure, the wellness, not the no-show stuff. Yeah, not the athletic, the wellness.
The wellness is certified non-binding, specifically made to not restrict blood flow. So even a diabetic can wear them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and your recommendation to start, if you can't buy everything, is and you're saying, so you get 2, and I think the third is it free? I can't remember what
buy 2, get 1 free. So you have 3 pairs of socks?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Can you mix and match, or how does that work? I don't know.
Yes. So you can, are you a person that would wear socks for the next month?
No.
Probably not now.
Okay.
I mean, my dad does every day.
Okay.
You know, the odd times he doesn't. Norris, my husband, wears socks every day, but I mean, typically now I don't, just because the weather's warm, you know, unless I've creamed my feet or something. But I could certainly wear, what I would think about doing is wear the socks to bed if you think that's helpful, or if a patch is more helpful, then.
I would say get the patches for yourself, because it's 24 hours. So then you just put it on and that's it. Ta-da! Be in your bare feet all you want. You know, that would be my recommendation. For anybody that wears socks, I would say 3 pairs of socks. And what I would say right now, because there's a special, that special is on, and it doesn't, like with each order, you are entered in a draw to win an Apple Watch. But what you can do is change the shipping address. So you can order there for your dad, and then change the shipping address to him and have it shipped to him. So do a buy 2 get 1 free for him, and then ship it, and then do a separate.
Except he lives attached to our house.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
But, you know.
There you go. Well, at this time, it's up to you, but that buy 2 get 1 free is pretty good.
Is it per household, or how does the buy 2 get 1 free work?
Per order.
Oh, per order. Okay.
Yeah.
So you just do separate orders.
I would. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
At this point,
Right.
That's the most beneficial. And then,
Oh, see, there's the patch.
Sorry?
If I wanted to send it to my sister in Bermuda, do you ship out of Canada?
So normally I would ship them. We're not shipping right now, but you can buy them and put them in the mail. Right now, like Vox head office is shipping in the UK, the United States, and Canada. At the moment. Yeah.
So let me show you how the patch goes. I'm gonna get one. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Kathy. I don't generally wear socks. I mean, I have a pair on right now because it's cold out and I feel cold, but normally I do not wear socks. I wear them for golf, but that's it. I would not wear them in my bed because that would drive me insane. So I guess the patch would be the best thing for me.
Yeah.
And how do you buy the patches? Are they so many per box, or how does that work?
The patch is a month's supply is $80.
Okay.
So they come in, right now they're in the process of transitioning the patches. So right now, for your month supply, you'll probably get 3 packs of what Selina's holding up there. And what they're coming to shortly is they're going to be 48-hour patches instead of 24 hours for this is called the Harmony patch. So then there'll be 15 in a pack.
Okay.
Each one will last for 48 hours.
Okay.
So the first time you guys put the patch on, you have to put it on your dominant arm in between your elbow and your wrist. So I do it midway, so it stays out of the way, especially if, with now all the washing of the hands. And make sure, I find for me, because I wear all my creams for my dry skin, make sure I do it usually after, like right now I showered and I don't have any cream on here. And I just put it on. You gotta make sure your skin is clean. Like no
cream.
There, yeah.
Now, what about being out in the sun? Like if I'm sitting in my backyard or gardening, or is there?
Oh, you can't see it. There.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm just thinking, like, I mean, if I go sit out in the sun, it's usually only for 20 minutes. But is there anything wrong with that if I have the patch on? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
What I do is as Selina says, the first time you wear it, you put it on your dominant arm between your elbow and your wrist. If I'm having stress and anxiety, I'll put one on there.
Yeah,
also,
me too.
Because that's the strongest set of receptors for that pattern. But if everything is otherwise fine, and I'm just using it to maintain my pain or to keep my brain in homeostasis and I'm otherwise feeling fine, then you can stick it wherever you want. So in the summertime, I'll stick it like under my bathing suit, for example. Or you could stick it on your back, or you could stick it on the back of your arm, wherever.
Yeah, I've worn it up here. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So I miss that a little bit. So the patch is the same, like there's not more than one kind of patch, right? There's just one patch.
There are several patches which are very new. So this HPT is the dominant technology.
Yeah.
We now just in the last couple of weeks, we now have a patch that will optimize your immune system, which is intended to be worn in addition to the HPT patch, not instead of. So thanks. These ones are called Neurovax, and there's nothing transmitting to your body. It's always touch. Everything with Vox is touch. Everything is non-invasive. There's no vaccine in this. That's not what it means.
No chemicals or anything.
No, not at all. It's the pattern. So on the Neurovax, the pattern touches the neuroreceptors that are connected to your immune system. So wearing this patch will optimize your immune system. This actually, for me, I don't have any immunity issues, but what I tried it, and the thing that it helps me with is seasonal allergies, which surprised me. But yeah.
Okay.
So
But starting out, you would
exactly.
recommend the blue one.
Yeah.
But I missed the part. So you were saying put it on your dominant arm between your wrist and your elbow. But then I didn't understand the part about, but put it on other parts of your body for.
So, for example, if I was with you right now, if I drew a letter S on your back, even if you couldn't see me draw it, you would know what it is, right? Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So your brain, once you've put this patch on your dominant arm, you can put it anywhere on your skin after the first 24 hours. You can put it anywhere on your skin, and your brain knows what it is. It knows what it's.
Oh, okay.
That pattern. Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Because this is where the strongest receptors are for that pattern. If I am having anxiety, or if I'm having stress, or if I'm feeling, if I hurt myself, I would put one there just because I know that's the strongest connection. But most of the time, I could just wear it anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And you can't wear the patch with the sleeve. So when I wear the sleeve, I have the patch on my other arm or somewhere else on my body. I can't put the patch here and then put the sleeve on top. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And would you normally wear your sleeve and a patch?
Like when I'm working,
depends on. Yeah.
When I'm working, I wear my sleeve all the time at work. Now that I'm here at home with COVID, whenever I'm doing my Spanish class, so before this, I was doing my Spanish class, so I have my sleeve on because I find it does help. I did the test. I took the sleeve off, and they have these little tests, and you get so many points for each test. And I did not get every answer right. When I have the sleeve on, I get every answer right, and it's easy. I don't have to think how do you put that sentence together. It's just boom, boom, boom. I see the difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are, to answer your question about other patches, there are also now, they just came out a week ago Thursday. It's called a REM patch. So those are for people that have trouble sleeping. I personally, I haven't tried them yet. I found the HPT, the blue patch, is the thing that helped me with sleep because we didn't have the other ones.
That's this one.
Yeah, that's the one that helped me with sleep, or the socks. And then this REM patch, my daughter has a lot of trouble sleeping. She's 12. She has a lot of trouble sleeping. She wears the socks all the time. And she does wear the patch if she's having, if her anxiety is bothering her. But I'm going to get the REM patches for her to try to see if I can get her to just have a more restful sleep. And those ones are just for when you're sleeping. You don't, and it's not like a drug. It doesn't knock you out. Like people have been saying, I still get up to go to the washroom and that kind of thing. It's just that.
Calming.
Yeah, exactly. PJ, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just ordered the sleep ones because I'm a terrible sleeper. So I ordered that, and I ordered the sleeve. Can you explain to me why you can't wear the patch with the sleeve?
You can wear them simultaneously, just not on the same arm.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Because you'll see in the sleeve, the pattern in the sleeve is long.
Okay.
It's not a square. Like, see the length of it? It's much longer.
Is that the blue part? That's the pattern?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
Yeah, this is the pattern. It goes down your whole arm. Yeah.
Okay.
So it needs to trigger. Here's mine. It needs to trigger all of this the CBT, the cognitive boost technology, needs to trigger the receptors all the way down through this pattern. So if you have a patch in the middle of it, it'll block
I
those,
see.
that portion of
Yeah.
the receptors. So that's the only reason. Like
Yeah.
you could wear the patch on the other side of your arm. Like this is only on one side. So this pattern is going to go on this part of your arm.
I see.
So you could put the patch over here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now I don't know how to put my hand down, but I will be quiet now.
Put your hand down for you. There you go.
Funny.
Hands down. Thank you.
That was sweet.
I'll go back to muting. Don't worry.
I love PJ. Oh yes, my husband's saying you can also wear your sleeve on the opposite arm. It just it might take longer. The sleeve is not instant either. The HPT, the socks, the insoles, and the Harmony patch, 7 seconds. In 7 seconds. And when you get your technology, I want you to get a hold of us. Like Selina and I, we could do this with you, and if you have somebody else in your house with you these days, and I'll show you the balance and stability. Like it's instant.
That's freaky. That's the first time that Krista did it to me, I was like, what kind of circus trick is this that you're doing? Because it doesn't, to see it, you don't believe it until you feel it. And it's the minute you put the tech on, the strength, and not even just this, it's even just standing on the insoles. Like her daughter did it on me the first time, and like they made me stand there, and she was able to get me off balance. I was like, okay. And then I put the tech on, and I could feel the difference. I wasn't doing anything, and she tried to do the same exact thing, push me over, and I didn't budge. But to say it, you don't get it until you feel it, and it's like.
I was thinking this morning I could show you, like Mike and I could do the demo here, but that doesn't mean anything to you because
No,
you're not.
You got to feel it.
But once you feel it, you're like, it's like you're stronger. 7 seconds. This one though takes 20 minutes to take effect. So this I had a cool experience with this actually. My daughter and I were doing math work together. I love math, but my brain goes very, very, very quickly with math. So I'm like, I can see the answer. I can see, or I know how to get to the answer, right? So, and she's not there yet. So, like, she's 12. So I wore my sleeve and she wore her sleeve, and we had a lovely hour of doing math together without either of us getting frustrated with each other.
Wow.
But this one takes about 20 minutes to kick in. So I said to myself, okay, I gotta try this, because there were a few days that we were both like trying to do this. Yeah. So I consciously said to myself, okay, I'm gonna put it on in advance of us starting this, and we're gonna do it together, and we're gonna see what happens. And it was like crazy. Both of us were like, this is nuts. Like we're having a good time. We're both like, I was patient with her. She was like patient with me.
Yeah.
Very good.
It really does help with the focusing, the sleeve. One of I forget, Terry Lynn's husband,
Jay?
he's the truck driver.
Yeah, truck driver, yeah.
He does long haul 18 wheelers, and he says, "Where's the sleeve?" And he said he can. It's like he has like this tunnel vision. He can see what's going on like ahead. Like he drives. It's more like it's a stressful drive, especially he goes when you're getting to the end of the drive. You're fighting to stay awake, be alert. But with the sleeve, it's just so easy. It's like a focus. He can see who's driving where and keep the rig. It's just a much better experience. He said now he doesn't drive without having his sleeve on.
Yeah, and he's like a truck driver guy, like you would expect a truck driver guy to be. And it's so funny because we talk about it all the time. He's like, not in a million years would I thought that I would be telling people that they should be wearing this like voodoo sleeve thing, like not in a million years. He's like, but honest to God, Krista, like I feel like everything is just firing all the time. I can see he's like, I feel like my peripheral vision is better. I can see everything at the same time. I'm not stressed. I'm like, he's like, it's just crazy how I can keep control with it on. I'm like, yeah, Exactly.
The thing I like though is that it's not a chemical or drug. Because at first I was leery because I you know how I am. I'm very skeptical, and I don't like to mess with drugs. Like I don't want anything that's gonna make me feel worse or have some kind of long-term effect later on. And this doesn't do that. There's no chemical, there's no drug, there's no nothing. It's just the tech. It's not harming me in any way.
Yep.
And it doesn't mess with your medications. So if you have any medications, it does not mess with your medications.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Or anything. Like infants can wear it, and the most fragile person you know can wear it. It's safe for everybody. And that was the very first time I met the inventor. I was like, okay, so it was so new, and I was like, you know, like I know it helped me with my foot, but if I'm going to help people with other things, I need to know this, 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 and that was my whole thing. I was like, who can't use this? Like, who is it not safe for? Who am I going to be saying, but not for you? And he was like, it's tactile stimulation. There is nothing transferring to the person's body. If it doesn't feel good, take it off and it's done. There's no residual as far as effect goes. So if, for example, you know, when you get new glasses, like some people get headaches. Sometimes when I change prescriptions, I get a headache for a while. I got to wear them, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, you take them off, you put them back on. You take them off, it stops, you put them back on. It's the same thing with the tech. Like some people do get bothered by it, which one of the people that was on our medical board was saying that the first time he wore it, his foot hurt more. And he was like, well, I didn't have foot pain before, now I have foot pain. But it was just that kind of a process where his nervous system was adjusting. So it was on, off, on, off. And often what I find is people that say to me, oh, I don't like the effect that I feel in the first 24 hours, those people have the biggest results, because it means that their body is responding to it. But sometimes things are jarring, right? Like if I put somebody else's glasses on, my head's going to be like, whoa. My body would adjust if they were the right thing for me over time. But the initial shock of putting them on, or if I didn't wear glasses and I suddenly put them on, the shock for your brain takes time. But once you're used to it, the sky's the limit for how it's going to help you.
Can you take, so if I put a patch on and then I feel like I need to take it off for a few minutes for whatever reason, can you put it back on, the same patch?
You can. The adhesive may or may not re-stick on itself, but but the density is still in the patch. So you could stick it on you could put Band-Aids around the edge of it, or you could put it under, remember those like in the 80s, those wristbands?
Like a tensor bandage? Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Or you could just tuck it in. Like I tuck it into tuck it
What
in.
I've done because sometimes if I put it on and I go in the shower and I forget and I rub it off, the adhesive's now not working, but this thing it's still a new patch. When I get out the shower, I put it on the top of my foot and I put my sock on. And it stays.
Smart.
So it can get wet?
They're water resistant. Yeah. I swim with the patch on. Like full on, like swim at the beach in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
So I know for sure that's not like creams. Because at first, when I first wore the patch, because I put lots of cream all over my skin, and it's like, oh my gosh! And I didn't want to tell Krista because we were at somewhere, and she goes, just try the patch, and she put it on, and like within 5 minutes, it fell off. But I had so much cream on my skin, so that's why now I put it on as soon as I get out the shower. Before I put any cream on my skin, I usually put it on.
one trick with the warm weather coming too, I find with the patch, I was like in the summer, if I put it on and I go outside into the heat, like right away, it will come off me. But if I put it on and then like what I was doing in the summer is I would get up, have a shower, put it on, have my breakfast and stuff, and then go outside and it would stay. But if I went right outside into the humidity, I was finding they were falling off.
Okay, good to know.
That consistent.
Mine don't stick. I've told you about that, you guys about that. So what I always do is I've got it on, it'll be fine now for about an hour or so. It's just not sure why. I don't know why. It makes me sad. Doesn't make me sad. All I do is I take a Band-Aid and I put it along the top, and I just put it through the middle of it, and the Band-Aid sticks.
Yeah.
So just that's one of my tricks. That's one of my tricks. Okay, back to
I like
meeting.
that.
Here we go.
And don't wear it in the same spot. I learned that the hard way. I have very sensitive skin, and I was like, oh my gosh, Krista, this thing is eating up my flesh. But I kept wearing it in the same spot. I would take it off and put a new one on, and didn't realize I was putting it on the same spot. So I move it around so it doesn't. It's not in the same, because I'm allergic to adhesive. That's my problem. I'm allergic to Band-Aids. So that was the thing with me.
Yeah. It's medical grade. It's medical grade material. All of it is
Yeah.
FDA approved material. So, unfortunately, there's, it works for almost it, like it sticks for almost everybody, but then PJ's got the hack if it doesn't. Very cool. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Does anybody have any other questions for me?
If we, oh, you're probably going to share this now, because I think I saw just before the call on Facebook, I think there's something like, I can't remember what it's called, like buy from Selina or something like that. Is that how you do it?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a website.
He does. And I posted the website in the Facebook group, but it's not difficult to remember. It's selina.voxxlife.com, but it is posted in the Facebook group. So when you go on there, it's going to prompt you to create a customer profile. And then it's going to, then you can place your order once you've done that. So with this special, what happens is you pick 2 items and then you click checkout, and then it's going to give you a list of available items. So the patches are not available as a free item, but there's socks available, wellness socks, athletic socks, Bella insoles for sure are on the list of things that are available as a free item. But so you pick 2.
See the socks? Clarence has his socks on.
Clarence has got his socks on.
Thank you, cuz.
Pick 2, hit checkout, then it'll give you the option for the other one. And for sizing, the sizes are by shoe size. So it'll show you on the website, but it's the shoe size that you go by. So for example, for a women's, it's up to a size 7 is a small, between a size 8 and a size 11 is a medium. Everything is unisex, so it's all by shoe size. The large socks are like for the average person, from a male, from a size 10 to a size 12. And then the extra large are for 13 to 17, size 13 to 17 feet. Like literally you made these for everybody. And there's teeny tiny ones for little kids. If you know kids that have any kind of like ADD, autism, anxiety, holy moly. One of my, just call me if you know kids, because I can help kids forever
Huge.
with this. There's so many like life-changing results for kids. It's unbelievable. So they come in teeny tiny ones down to like what a 4-year-old, 5-year-old would wear.
So if we order them, how fast do they come?
They usually come in about, well, I think right now it's all relative what Canada Post is prioritizing. They usually come in the GTA area within about 10 days. Sometimes they come in a day, sometimes they come in 10 days. It just depends. But they leave the warehouse within 2 business days at the most. Usually they leave the same business day. They leave the warehouse, which is in Mississauga.
And that's nice. These are all Canadian made. That's the nice thing about this.
Yeah. They're made in Shanghai. They're actually made in Shanghai.
Oh, Shanghai.
Yeah, because we don't have, in Canada, we don't have the machines that they're made on. There's no company.
I learned something new today.
Yeah, but like all this, the CEO, the head office, everything is in Mississauga. Our warehouse is in Mississauga. We have another warehouse in the States and another one in the UK to supply those areas. So if you ordered for somebody in the UK, for example, it would ship. Your order would automatically ship from the UK to them, so it wouldn't take like forever and a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Great.
Don't hesitate to ask if you have questions. I'm happy to answer them. I'm just glad that you guys are all investigating, and you'll be excited like we are once you start wearing it. But as I said, don't expect to feel anything like dramatic, especially not in the first week. I mean, some people do, but I certainly did not. But it's definitely very, very, very good for you. So we're glad you're
So Krista, in a month's time, like if you take the whole month, you're gonna feel something?
Oh, for sure. You should.
Yeah.
Can
And
you
that's-
repeat? Sorry, Sue, you broke up. Can you re-ask your question?
I just said, in a month's time, will you feel a difference?
yeah, if you wear a patch every single day, yeah, for sure. And definitely, Sue, when you get yours, and Kathy too, the three of us, Selena and you and me, can do a Zoom, and we'll do the balance thing, because you'll see, like, just that alone
Yeah.
is worth it, right?
So
Like,
before you
not
put the
wrong.
tech on, once you get it, we'll do it together.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
you'll see. And you're like,
Well,
whoa.
My balance has been off for the last few years, and now I get vertigo since my mom passed away. So I'm sure to push me over wouldn't be much of a thing anyway. Not just from a balance perspective. So I'll be interested to see.
So
Oh, I didn't know that, Kathy.
Yeah.
two people that have joined my team in the last 3 months joined my team because they had vertigo, and this helped them so much that they wanted to help other people.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm excited for you to try it for sure.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you, ladies, for
Thank you.
coming.
Thanks for all the
Bye, guys.
information.
Kelly, Kathy. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
gotta call Kelly. I keep calling
Have a
her
good
name all
day.
morning. I've been calling out Kelly's name. Kathy, thank you.
Oh,
Sue,
thank you.
Oh,
Next
thank
time
you.
I'll go on
TJ.
video.
Thank you. Eh?
I said next time I'll go on video.